was a kid was during the Depression. And we were terribly poor, you know. Anyhow, the only thing to do was to drop out of school and go to work. There was a man in town who kind of saved the day. He was Eddie Palmer. He was one of the best carpenters you could ever imagine. You know, he could do anything. So he agreed to take me on. He couldn't give me much money, but a little bit. And I stayed with him, and I liked him very much. He was good to me. Finally, Eddie said that he was just going to retire for sure. And I didn't know quite what to do. And I said, well, Eddie, do you think I could go out on my own? You know, do I have enough experience? He says, I think maybe you could. I said, why don't you try it? Okay. So I started out down the road. Finally, I reached another town there, and found a big old white house, and it needed some work done on it. There was a window broken out. There was, just walking down the street, you could see there that it needed paint and maybe some roofing. It just needed some work done on it. I thought, well, I'll knock on the door and see what they say. And there was a lady came to the door, and she was very nice to me. So she said, yeah, she welcomed somebody like that. And I said, well, I need room and board, see, along with the job. Well, she could manage that. So, and at that point in time, I didn't realize it was a cat house. But anyhow, we stayed together there I stayed together with that operation for a good little bit until I had that house all fixed up. And it was a kind of a small town, and so I told her, I said, you know, I've done everything I can see that needs doing around here. I really need to move on. And she said, well, I hate to see you go. She said, there's always something going wrong with this old house. It'd sure be nice if you could stay around here. She said, could you keep records? And I said, gosh, no, I don't have any schooling. You know, I just don't know how to do that. I walked by an alley, and they were shooting craps. Heck of a crap game going. So I stood there and watched that and kind of learned the rules and everything. And by golly, I guess I got beginner's luck. I ended up with $500. One of those fellas was telling about he had an airplane that he had to get rid of. I'd always been interested in airplanes. I'd never had a chance to be around them, but I'd always intrigued me, you know. Ask him, what do you want for that airplane? Well, he wanted $300. Well, I just got $500, and I hate to put that much of it in an old airplane. So we talked, and I couldn't get him to come down, but I got him to agree to teach me about the airplane, about what made it work, and a little bit about fixing it, and all about flying it. So he did. He taught me all that, and then after I got to where I could fly it pretty good, why, I'd take passengers and make a little money. And then I got to where I could instruct, and I'd work for somebody else, you know. And finally, there was a notice, the airlines were looking for people. And I wrote to him, never thought I'd get anything back, but I did. The moral of this story is, if I had had any education, I'd ended up as a bookkeeper for a whorehouse.